How's it going, lads? Before we start, I just want to give a massive shout out to TBC Live for sponsoring the channel. TBC Live is a fantastic way to interact with all your favorite rugby league content creators. Download the app today on the App Store, and we can make some predictions as the game is in play. Anyway, see you on the app. Here we go. Prelim final time. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Man. Preliminary final. Both preliminary final games this weekend are going to be huge, man. Friday night, we got the Storm versus the Roosters. A big rivalry game between two clubs that have had a lot of success in the modern day of NRL. Melbourne Roosters, looking forward to that Friday night. And then Saturday night, you got the team from the West against the team in the Shire. So Penrith versus Cronulla should be good. I'm looking forward to it, man. A couple of big prelim finals. It sucks that the Cowboys aren't there playing Penrith, but that's footy. That's footy, man. You take what you can get, man. Take what you can get. And of course, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. Like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that. It's going to be a big one, man. A couple of big prelim final games this weekend. Also, hello to the live chat, everyone that's watching. Hello to Jason. Hello to Michael. Hello to River, Josh, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, Charlie, William Pearson, SS Storm fan, everyone that's rolling in the live chat. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. But yes, a couple of big games this weekend. The winners go to the grand final. The losers are in tears and upset. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to the very first game. And obviously Friday night, we have got the Storm versus Roosters. What a game, man. I reckon this is going to be the best game of the weekend, to be honest with you, man. Melbourne versus Roosters. Melbourne are the favourites. They are $1.30. The Roosters, $3.60 for the Chooks. Big game, man. Now, Melbourne obviously had the week off because they won their qualifying final against Cronulla a fortnight ago. Just having a look at their team, if there's any late changes, if there's any changes at all, doesn't seem to be any. Although, what I find very interesting is Sua Falongo is in jersey number 22 in the reserves. So it'll be very interesting to see if he does come in, maybe onto the bench, if his hamstring or his calf, whatever he did in that final round of the season, if he's good to go. I wonder if they'll find a spot for him. That's going to be a very interesting decision for Craig Bellamy. Everything else with the Storm is standard. Nelson starting in the front row, Walsh on the bench. There is rumours that Welsh will start and Nelson will come off the bench, but I guess we won't know until an hour before kickoff. Again, nothing's really changed for the Storm, man. That Lazarus fella in jersey number 20, he has looked the goods in the handful of games he's played. So he might even be a late inclusion. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And for the Roosters, again, pretty similar to the Storm. Not much has really changed with the Roosters. They seem to have the same team as last week. Victor Radley was a big inclusion, and he had a very good game last week. Victor Radley played really well. I guess the only other change is, can the Roosters find a spot for Siwa Wong? Probably, I don't know. Nat Butcher is the one that got selected over Siwa Wong, so be interesting if they will change anything, but doesn't look like they're going to. Now, there is some stat going around that the Roosters have lost their last 9 or 10 against the Storm, or if it's 9 out of their last 10. So, look, Melbourne have got the wood over the Roosters. There's no doubt about that. But Friday night, man, this is going to be a different game compared to regular season. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think this is going to be really close. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out to a lot of people out there. Melbourne are the favourites to win, and so they rightly should be. But gee whiz, it is very, very difficult to beat the same team 3 times in the 1 year. That shit is not easy to do. Like, back in round 7, they played a really good game, these two, at Allianz Stadium on the Thursday night, and the Storm did get the win on that occasion, 18 points to 12. And then obviously they played back in round 20. It was a very low-scoring, grindy game, and then Melbourne sort of ran away with it towards the end, winning 24 points to 8. So the last couple of games between these two sides have been very close, or low-scoring for the most part, and then obviously last time out, Melbourne ran away with it, but they're usually low-scoring games. This is going to be so good, man. Like, if there's going to be an upset, then it would be the Roosters. I think the Roosters can win through the middle. Like, I think the Roosters' forward pack is definitely good enough to win. Like, you look at their pack, man. I know they haven't got it done over the last couple of years, and they have been a bit of a disappointment over the last few years, man. But you add in Spencer Lenu, you add in Terrell May, you start with Jared and Collins. You got the best back row in the game in Angus Crichton. You got Radley in the middle just doing his thing. And you look at the Roosters bench, and Lenu's going to have a lot of impact. Terrell May. Now, Phillip White's been a revelation for the Roosters this season. Now, Butcher just comes on, does a job in the back row here and there. So, if the Roosters are going to win, they're going to have to go straight through the middle of the Melbourne Storm, and they are capable of doing it. Melbourne are going to have to lift, that's for sure. But look, my tip for the game, I think the Storm are going to win. I think the Melbourne Storm are going to win. I know it's not much of a shock to everyone, and I know it's boring, but I think it's going to be a really close game. I think the odds are a bit disrespectful to the Roosters. I know the Roosters have been a bit hit and miss. They got exposed by Penrith in week 1, and then obviously they had a big win over Manly. But yes, I know Manly are not on the level of the Melbourne Storm or the Penrith Panthers, but I saw something in the Roosters last week in their forward pack where if they bring that same game and they bring that sort of mentality, they are more than capable of winning on Friday night. Roosters are a chance, and I wouldn't count them out, but I'm going to tip the Storm. I'm going to go Melbourne Storm by 4. It's going to be a really close game, man. I'll go with scoreline of the Melbourne Storm 20, the Sydney Roosters 16. Might be a few penalty goals in this game. It's going to be close. Storm to win 20-16, a 4-point victory. And for the first try scorer, look, it's always hard to pick first try scorers in finals because it's finals and it's a different sort of game. But first try scorer in this one, I'm going to go. Look, I think it's important that the Roosters get off to a really good start. So I'm going to go with Joseph Suoli'i to score the very first try of the game. But I'm going to go Melbourne by 4, 20 points to 16. And the final preliminary final, the other game, this is on Saturday night at 7:50 as well. We've got the Penrith Panthers taking on the Cronulla Sharks from Accor Stadium. Now, the crowd number is going to be interesting, man, because last week, Sharks Cowboys at Allianz, it was only 20,000. So, Penrith are coming from the west, Cronulla are coming from the Shire. It's about an hour, I think, for both fan bases to get to a call. So it's going to be interesting what kind of crowd they get. Now, look, just going off topic here a little bit, I would have had this game go to Combank. Penrith are going to be playing at CommBank next year. CommBank will be at the Panthers' home stadium for the next 2 years. Sharks, we saw last week, the Sharks don't travel. So I reckon they could have got close or sell out at CommBank. And it's closer for Penrith. So anyway, that's just me. But Panthers Sharks at a Core Stadium Saturday night. It's going to be big. Now, Cronulla had a very good first half against my Cowboys. Very good first half. Very impressive. And then sort of put the cue in the rack in the second half, and they nearly got run down. They nearly did. As for Penrith, well, we saw how clinical they were in their first half against the Roosters 2 weeks ago, and both these sides had very similar last 2 weeks. Penrith had a dominant first half, leading 24-0, and looked absolutely scary. Sort of put it away a bit in the second half and won, 28-10, whatever the score was. Sharks were a bit similar. 24-0 over the Cowboys in the semi-final last week. Only won the game 26-18. So both sides had a very similar first half in, the last 2 finals games they've both played. Now, Cronulla, for me, I think if the Sharks are going to win this game, they need a good start as well. Like, they need to get out to a nice 8-10-0 lead, put a bit of pressure on the Panthers, because the Panthers, although the pressure is on them to win, and they are looking to win 4 premierships in a row, which is unheard of in today's rugby league and with the whole salary cap and whatever, the Sharks need to be the ones in front early, and they need to put the pressure on the Panthers, man. They really do. So, Sharks, man, look, there are parts, like, there are some areas in the Sharks game where they can probably break down Penrith and sort of worry them. Like, if the Sharks keep offloading the football and their bench does a good job, man, like Talakai and Royce Hunt, Big Tommy Hazelton, they come off the bench and rip in and do what they do, then they're capable of being involved in a really good game of footy. Now, look, I know it's boring, but I think out of the 2 preliminary final games this weekend, I think Penrith are most likely to have a big win. And it'd be great to see the Sharks right in this and be in it all the way to the end. But Penrith are just on a different level compared to the Sharks. I think the Panthers win on Saturday night, and I think the Panthers win pretty well. Trying to work out a score for this game. I just think they're going to be way too good. Sharks need to really target Tago. That's where the Panthers have been letting in points. Tago and Taruva. The Sharks need to target that left edge. So I'm looking at Ero. I'm looking at Ronaldo and Mulatalo. I'm looking at Trindle on that left edge with Teague Wilton running those lines on the left side. Sharks need to go to that left side a lot. That's where they can have some joy. But overall, I think Penrith are just going to be a little bit too good, man. So I'm going to go the Panthers to beat the Sharks here and make the grand final once again. I'll go the Panthers to win. Let's go Penrith by... I think they'll win by about 4 tries, 24 points. They'll be a little bit too good. Let's go with Penrith here. We'll go a scoreline of 34 points to 10. 34-10 Penrith win. 24-point win. First try scorer. I'm going to go... actually going to go Jerome Luai to score the first try. I think Luai can score first on Saturday night. So Luai to score the first try. So they're my predictions, guys. I'm going the Melbourne Storm to beat the Roosters by 4, 20-16, with Joseph Suoli'i as the first try scorer. And I'm going Penrith to defeat Cronulla by 24 points, 34 points to 10. And I'm going to go with Jerome Luai to score the first try at 5-8. But anyway, guys, they're my tips for the preliminary finals. And then we obviously got a Melbourne v Penrith grand final, which is going to be chaos as always. Anyway, guys, that's me wrapping things up. I'll be live tomorrow. Going to be doing a Cowboys season review tomorrow night, I believe, and then the podcast will be on Thursday night. I'll keep you guys informed on the schedule and whatnot. Anyway, Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Anyway, take care. Make sure you go and check out the Sharks Cowboys vlog if you haven't yet. Depressing, but it is what it is. Go and check it out if you haven't already. Anyway, see you later.